Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well today. Today I wanted to share with you a sun hat that I recently purchased and I really love it. I think it's a great quality, super comfortable, packable, lightweight sun protection hat that looks really stylish, but it's also very easy to pull it off. It's not like too much. And I just wanted to share with you because summer's coming up shortly and I feel like this is a great summer sun hat. So this hat is by a brand called Sunday Afternoons and the style is called Havana, which is what it looks like here. And it is a beautiful style. It's a really great hat. Let me just tell you a couple of reasons why. So first of all, it's a packable hat, which means that you can like compress it and put it in your suitcase if you're lucky enough to be going on vacation, and you can pack this hat and then when you arrive to your destination you can unpack it and look very stylish, and the hat should in theory go back to its original shape. I haven't tried to like pack it or go anywhere with it, but doing this with it and then it does come back to its original shape. So that's really great. I actually didn't really know, I didn't know that hats could be packable slash not packable, but now that I know that, I will probably only ever get packable hats because it makes all the sense in the world. So that's great. I also really love, and again this is a part of like a higher quality hat, that it comes in different sizes and it's also adjustable. That's huge because when a hat doesn't fit properly, it's like a deal breaker for me, and I've had hats not fit properly before. If it's too loose, it will fall off your head if there's like a light breeze, and that's never fun. And also if it's too tight, it's uncomfortable, so that's not good. Now this hat comes in small, medium, and large, I believe. My size is medium. For reference, I don't know if that's neither here nor there, but my size is medium, and it's really easy to figure out your size. You basically measure around your head. There's a chart, like a diagram of how to do that. It's really easy and it's pretty self-explanatory, so that shouldn't be a big deal to figure out which size you are. But within that size, you can also adjust this hat, which is amazing. I love this feature. I will show you how to do it, but I'm just gonna talk it through right now. So what you do is there's like a little like a ribbon that you pull through, and then you attach it with a Velcro to the place where you want that ribbon to be. And what it does is there is a fabric lining on the inside of the hat, and what it does is it crunches that fabric lining, and that fabric lining gets tighter or looser. So it's not the hat itself, the outer part, it's the inner part. Because I thought about that, like how do you adjust the hat that's kind of sturdy? It's like, how does that work? So it's the fabric lining that gets tighter, and it actually, there's a good amount of give there, so you can really make it tighter, which is great, because sometimes I feel like you might want it tighter if your hair is a little sleeker, and sometimes you might want to loosen it up if your hair is maybe a little bit more, I don't know, bouncy or whatever, so it's really a great option to have in your hat. I love it. I think it's so good, and now that I know that that's an option for sun hats, I think I will look for hats that you can adjust sizing, because it's the best. I also really like the fact that there is a fabric lining here, because if you wear makeup like I do, you know that makeup tends to sometimes get on the hat, and if it gets on the rougher part of the hat, the paper part, it's really tough to get it out. And I know it's your makeup and it's probably not the end of the world, no one's really going to see it but you when you put the hat on, but in the back of my mind I think it feels like it should be clean when you put a hat on. I don't know, I don't like the look of it, even if I can only see it myself, no one else. I would prefer it to be clean. So having this fabric lining, it's darker, you're not going to notice the makeup as much, and it's also smoother material, so the makeup's not as likely to rub off on there, and it's going to be easier to clean, I think, although I haven't had to do that yet, but it's going to be easier to clean, I think, because it's fabric as opposed to this paper part. It is, I this is interesting to me. It is 90% paper and 10% polyester. I don't know if the polyester is blended in the paper as part of the hat itself, or if it's 100% paper that's this material, and then the 10% polyester is the sash and maybe the fabric. I'm not exactly sure, but it is basically a 90% paper hat, which is really interesting because you would think that that wouldn't be durable, but it feels, at least to me, quite sturdy and not like a paper hat. I don't know, maybe I don't know. I didn't realize that like a lot of sun hats were paper, so my idea what a paper hat is different than what it is in reality. I don't know, but it doesn't, if you read that it's 90% paper, don't think that it's like gonna be a flimsy hat. It does feel great, but on kind of like this point, because it's paper, you don't really want to get it wet too much because it's paper. But I did read comments that people said that they did wear this hat in like misty environments, where they went when they went for a walk, and then, you know, it was sunny, but then the weather changed and it started to kind of like mist a little bit, and the hat was fine. So ideally you don't want to get it too wet, but I guess from people's experiences of this hat, if you do get a little bit wet, it shouldn't be the end of the world. Like, it shouldn't like dissolve into mush, I guess, from people's experience. So yeah, that's really interesting that it's 90% paper. Also, side note, this is a 50+ UPF rating hat, which I've never heard of UPF rating for sun protection. I've only ever heard of SPF, but it's, from my research, it's a really, really good rating for a sun hat, so that's great, which means it's like a proper sun protection hat. And I guess let me just put it on and show you what it looks like on me as a final finishing touch here. So I tend to wear this hat on kind of like towards the back a little bit. I kind of tilt it so as to not smudge my makeup or get makeup on the inside of the hat. I think you know my feelings on the makeup being on the inside of hats. I don't like it, but I did wear it yesterday a little bit further down like this, and I didn't really get any makeup on the hat, nor did my makeup really smudge. So I don't know. I think the fabric lining, because it's so smooth, I think it really does help with preventing too much makeup transferring or being smudged, because no one wants to have a strip of makeup missing basically from your forehead. So this is what it looks like, and I think it's a really, really beautiful, stylish hat. But what I said in the beginning about it not being you know, not being too much, I don't feel like this hat is like too over dressy and too wide brimmed. I love those hats. I love when people wear them, but I don't live in a place where I feel like I could wear a really fancy hat on like out and about, like going for a walk in the neighborhood. Like, it's just gonna look a little out of place, and I also don't want to make other people feel like underdressed either. I say that as I'm wearing like a really, you know, flowery dress, but you know what I mean. Like, you just, I would feel more comfortable with a sun hat that's a little bit more like smaller, and I feel like it's perfect for that. But you obviously do want some brim, because if you don't have any brim, then what's the point of wearing it? Because, you know, there's not that much shade that you're gonna get from something that's too narrow of a brim. So I feel like it's a really good balance where the brim is wide enough to give you that shade, but it's not too bulky and too out there with you know, with crazy designs that you're gonna feel uncomfortable wearing it. And it's just like really minimal and stylish, and a really kind of classy, classic design that I feel like is gonna be pretty kind of in for years to come. So I love that. And I do love the sash. It really adds a nice contrasting detail. It seems really good quality from my kind of initial impressions, and I love it. I think it's such a great hat. I know I keep showing you the inside, the back side of the brim, which isn't as nice as like this look here, but I kind of wear it like that. So anyway, Such an amazing hat. I will link this hat down below. I got this on Amazon. I believe it's around $30, upper 20s or $30. So it's not, you know, I think it's really well priced for the quality and the style that you get here. So I think it's a really great buy for summertime, for your sun protection. And not only is this practical and comfortable, it's also really, really stylish. You know, like this is a regular kind of like situation outfit. I put this on. Let me just adjust it so it looks like reasonable. Instant style, like instant style, and it's really practical. And if you have hair that maybe needs a good wash, this will help to cover it up. So if I'm running errands and I want to put a hat on and kind of like cover my hair, this is going to be a great hat. And honestly, it's not going to look like I'm trying to cover second or third day hair. It's gonna look like I'm just really stylish and I care about sun protection. Anyway, I wanted to share my favorite summer sun hat that I've discovered this year, this season, with you in case you're looking for a summer sun hat. And again, I'll link it down below if you're curious, but either way, I just figured I'd share it with you today. So anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and I hope you're having a wonderful week. And I also hope to see you in the next video. Bye.